Why is that camera not working now? What the fuck? Hold on, please. There's always an issue. Deactivate. Can we reactivate it? Is it working? Oh, and it is working. There always is something or another. Hello there. And is this good? Let's bring this. Let's see. That should be fine. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another event, another fun time of making some food. And this camera seems lopsided. Why do you seem lopsided? I don't fucking know. Maybe we should go down a little bit. Let's see, let's go all the way down. Kind of fix it. Is it because I hate this mount. There. Try to fix everything. How's it going, Peach? Is the audio delay working? I did a test recording and it seemed fine, so hopefully everything's good. Anyway, in today's live stream funness we're having today, we'll be making two kinds of tamales. My wife doesn't really like the pork tamales. I was gonna make beef ones next. I was gonna make beef ones, but didn't find a decent cut of uh, beef that I wanted. So just got some chicken and then got pork. So got the Instant Pot ready. It's a little dirty from the first batch, but the main thing we're going to be doing is pork. But I wanted to pre-make these chicken ones since there's not really a lot, and show you the process with that. And then while this is going, so at least we have some things to do while the pork is being pressure cooked. So I'm going to turn this on, throw a little bit of oil in it. While I'm doing that, I'm going to chop up a little bit of the pork that I bought, and then we're going to toss it in there with all the seasonings. And I'm stepping on a stool here so I can properly get on top. Set this chicken aside for now. So what I got was a almost 4 pound cut of pork loin. So they are ribs. Oh shoot, I messed up on that. I meant to get a pork shoulder because these aren't boned, but that's fine. Just gonna braise them a little bit in the Instant Pot. So let's turn that into saute. Toss a little bit of olive oil in there to coat the bottom of it. All right, that looks good. Put that aside. So pretty much we're gonna braise it to give it that nice browning, give it a little bit better flavor. Then we're gonna toss in 2 cups of chicken broth, which I already have from when I made the chicken. So I'm just gonna repurpose that. Get that nice fresh chicken broth in there. And we're gonna add an entire onion, couple cloves of garlic, and then we're also going to add some salt, pepper for the basic seasonings. 1 teaspoon of cumin, and then half of a teaspoon and half a teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder. So just waiting for this to warm up a little bit before we throw the nice the nice pork in there. That there. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday. I'm having a really rough day. Had a rough night last night. We didn't really drink that much, but it just was a little intense. That's all. I'm sure you can kind of see a difference in the background. I did get a new laptop. There was a little bit of debacle with it. I mentioned it on Thursday. Ended up getting a deal on it, so I kept it, upgraded the RAM that I already pre-bought, and then I also um, added an SSD. So the last thing I need to add to this now is the NVMe drive. Just gotta fix this again. Go. Maybe I can zoom. I literally just set up OBS and everything this morning. All right, sounds like that's going in. Let's see, let's adjust this to. I'm adjusting the video real quick to zoom in on the aerial shot. It lets me zoom in to the right. Say right there should be good, right? That looks a little bit better. Didn't really do anything though. Let's see, let's try it again. Figure video. Come on. Is it still up? Is that why? I guess it is. Let's just do this. I want to watch it. Well, I'm actually so okay. So it is. I just didn't apply. There we go. That should be better. I think that'll be better. Okay. So make sure there's a little bit of a delay. It seems like, but hopefully it's fine. So the oil seems nice. It's nice and toasty. Let's toss in our pork. So we get that nice browning on them. Gonna brown it on all sides. Once it's browned on all sides, that's when we're gonna add in all the proper seasonings and then the broth and let it pressure cook for about 45 minutes. Then after it pressure cooks for that 45 minutes, we're gonna have that's when all the fun begins. But I'm gonna prep the chicken tamales so that way we can make both the pork and chicken at the same time because we're doing it all in this. In the empty pot. We don't want it to brown too much. We're just trying to get a nice color on it, so just make sure it doesn't get too brown. I don't want it to stick either. So while that's browning, let's cut up an onion. And our garlic. So once we get everything set up here, we're also going to begin making the actual sauce because I pre-prepped some of the chicken, like I mentioned. So where's my knife? We're going to use this entire bowl of garlic today. So I'll be adding about 4 cloves to the pork, and then we'll be using more for the actual sauce as well. This one's a big one, so we'll just use these 4, I should say, because that one's got a couple of them in there that are decent sized. Extract the pork.
This isn't boneless either, so gotta take into consideration that for weight. In total, I'm supposed to get 4 pounds, but with the chicken, I'll have more because yeah, I lost my train of thought there. But kind of pop these open. Yeah, these are big, big, big garlics. What's up, Peach? How's your Sunday? I almost said Saturday. Like I said, I messed up today. Good. Kind of the nastiness. So yeah, it was kind of weird. Like I remember I mentioned how the capture card wasn't working on my US 3.0 ports on the other laptop. This one worked just fine, no issues. So no idea what's going on. We'll go with your normal time. Watch the roll first. Nice, nice. Yeah, I was not feeling good last night when I was sleeping. And again, I haven't really drank or done anything in a couple of months. And you probably tell like the bags under my eyes and everything. So trying to decide on the normal haircut or just shave it all since that yeah, that nice golf headsets sit there for 20 years. Yeah, maybe you should go bald. It makes life a lot easier. You're stylist, really. At this point, I'm gonna start pouring in 2 cups of chicken broth. Chicken broth right here. Just throw in our whole garlic. I mean, I could actually smash it, but it's fine. Let's smash it. One's already down there, but just smash the other one. Here's the bottom part of our blade, if I can get it or not. So I'm just gonna mince it a little bit. So it's kind of crushed style, but even though it's not crushed, I mean, I could use my garlic press, but whatever. Don't feel like taking that out. Then we're gonna cut up this onion real quick. We're just throwing this thing in whole. First one. Eight. I don't really care. I'm wasting the entire onion part, but I didn't know you left. You just said last thing I read was you want to talk to your stylist. So after we get this onion peeled, throw in our seasonings. Yeah, I'll cut this. Cut it in half. All right, so we need our garlic powder. Just about a couple shakes of that. A couple shakes of onion powder. And then some cumin. And last, our salt and pepper. Hello, Pager 29. Thanks for stopping in. I believe that's my sister-in-law, Paige. Doing a couple small pinches of salt, and then a couple turns of freshly grated powder, black pepper. All right, so that should all be done. Now, instead of having it saute, we're going to go to pressure cook. And pressure cooking this for about 45 minutes. And it's going to be pressure cooked on high. Just turn this. So then hopefully by then, everything will be nice and soft and we'll be able to pull it apart like pulled pork. Then we'll incorporate it with our sauce and we'll form our tamales. Like get it in. There we go. And we're putting it on the vented side and let it do its magic. Hi, Paige. I'm not sure why you did a hi and then a female symbol, but hello, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. So now we still have about a little over a cup of chicken broth that we'll be using here. And Jamie was making cookies, the pretzel chocolate cookies for her work. We're doing a gift bag thing, so the kitchen's full of that right now. Just put these all aside. So the next thing we'll be doing right now, while this is pressure cooking, is we will be deseeding our three chilies, which are Wahila, which we're going to be using about 5 of. We'll be using 2 pasilla chilies, and then 2 anchovy chilies. So they're already pre-dried. So what we're essentially going to be doing is cutting them open to destem them, deseed them, and then we're going to throw them into a pot of water to boil for about 30 minutes so they can rehydrate. And then we're going to blend it up with our chicken. And then also we're going to be rehydrating, or while these are rehydrating in the hot water, we're going to be adding a few more cloves of garlic and then another half onion, roughly. So let me turn this long ways, so we don't need to see this right now. Focus on these. And then we're also going to be watching these because they may have some debris on them, trying to keep them nice and clean. Where's that cutting board I just used? And my knife. I mean, I could also use scissors too to make my life easier, but we'll see. So I said, let's get our pot out. Let's get this prepped. Oh, and while for the last about hour, I'm also rehydrating the corn husks because they come dry and they're not pliable yet. So you kind of want to make them pliable by rehydrating them, so it's easier to fold and whatnot, and kind of wash out any debris from them as well. So let's cut these open. And depending on the size, you may only need one, but as you can see, these chilies are pretty small. So I said two of them. Set the other one aside for right now. Two pasilla chilies. Last, we're gonna do five of the Guajillo chilies, but let's destem these and everything first. So, just gonna use my shears. Bring the garbage underneath me. Just try to get all the seeds out and not touch my face afterwards because that would not be fun. I mean, you can do your best to get as many seeds out, but as you see, a couple of them do get stuck in there. Hi, Chewies. Are you gonna come help? You gonna come help me? Yeah. Oh, don't want to get seeds in your face. She's standing on a little stool down here. So we're just gonna, like I said, de-seed them, then we'll just rinse them under the water, try to get any residue from them. And as you can see, you can hear that. Yeah, whatever. I'm not sure people will hear, but I have the RTX voice going on, so it's going to try to eliminate any background noise. All right, let's see. There's a stem right there. Let's pull that off. Let's get all the rest of these seeds out. That one actually came out pretty clean itself, which makes life easier. Not sure if you heard that. The crock pots are, I mean, the Instant Pot's ready. It's pressure cooking. It was already pretty much warm anyway from when sauteing the meat. As you can see, I'll be able to drop all the seeds out. Quite a bit of seeds in there. I mean, if you want to spice your sauce, you can definitely keep those in there, but we're not going to be doing that. I mean, you can use these chilies for all kinds of recipes too. If you like chicken, I mean, if you like mole, which is pretty much like the sauce we're going to be using to put the tamales in, the filling, and then also with incorporate that. We're going to reserve about a third cup of the sauce to use within the masa itself. So, and we got our four chilies. Let's wash them off and throw them in to the pot. Try to get them as clean as possible. Throw them in here. Then we're also going to add more water to it. And now we have our five guajillo chilies we gotta use. And you can find these at pretty much any store. Um, but in our case, we went to two Walmarts and they weren't there. So, I mean, I got the pasilla chilies yesterday at Walmart. The other two, I had to go to another store because my Walmart was sold out. And then what I've noticed with the pasilla chilies that you don't really need to clean up the innards too much. They pretty much already fall out once you destem them. So if I destem it, should be able to just shake and you'll see it all come out. I'm just opening it up. We got all of it coming out. Try to get as much as possible. So what are you up to, Paige? What are you guys doing today? Anything fun? Or just bumming it out? Cut these open. Probably be see what they look like in the inside. Oh yeah, this one's got a lot of them left. Hopefully there isn't a lot left in the other ones. I don't think there will be. But we'll once we're hydrating them back in the water, we'll be able to see any seeds that are in there because we're also gonna take them out, throw them in the blender. So let's wash these ones. I mean, you can also use just the Ojala chilies and then some California chilies because I got those at Walmart, but I had to go back out because I forgot one of the key ingredients, that being the meat. So yeah, ended up finding these, like I said, at a different store. Oh, that one had a whole bunch of, so it had a bunch of its seeds in the middle. Rough, rough, rough. That's what it feels like right now. I'm also trying a different method right now, just by rinsing the water into it, see if it gets the seeds out. All right, so we got all our chilies nice and done. Just have them right here. Gonna be throwing some water into it just so that they get covered. Then we're gonna throw them on the stove for about 30 minutes. So by the time the pork is done, the chilies will be done, and we can start making the masa. I gotta say, the fans on this new laptop are loud. So let's get our onions. So then the garlic, the onions will actually be used in the sauce now. Um, so you get another onion. We have only a couple left. That's a tomato. Actually, we only have one onion left. So we're just gonna chop this up. I'm just gonna use half of it. We're gonna throw that in the pot with the chilies. Just dice it up one more time. Watch the rinse.
Now, last is our garlic. I hate the onions shells. The outer layer of an onion, they're such a pain. Just chop that off. Oh, oh. Let's do the same thing, clean all this off. And hopefully we know how to do this. Just smash it and the outer shell will come right out. Hopefully nice and clean. Oh, this one did come out clean, so come on. There we go. Trying to forget, did I get everything? Yeah, I got everything. Two. This one's kind of small. Come on. That one. Let's see if that does anything. I made it better. All right. How about this one? This one come out clean? And it did. Shit. So now we got all that done. Like I said, I'm actually gonna make once these chilies are done, I can actually make the sauces. I pre-made it. Just in case you want to watch last stream's highlights, yeah, that was a fun one. That was real fun. Luckily, I didn't make. I cleaned up some of the mess, but then we finally cleaned up the rest of it yesterday. Oh. And those cookies actually didn't turn out that bad. I thought they would taste worse than they, because that flavor was very different. But I gotta say, the one I had last night was like the best flavored one too. Like it just tasted, it had like the best saltiness and the baconness, and then it was really sweet from the chocolate chunk. Oh, those chilies are starting to kick in. Now they're getting hydrated. Gee, excuse me. One thing about working with hot. What I was gonna do though, sorry, what I was gonna do before I started rehydrating the chilies was actually put them on the stove and kind of brown them up a little bit, and then so it just kind of gets a little bit smokier. And I was about to drink this chicken broth right there, to give it a little bit more flavor, but I didn't end up doing that. It says I have 5,800 drop frames and just increasing. How's it? How does it look for you, Peach? You see me dropping frames? I'm still on Wi-Fi. I need to actually make a cable. I don't think I have a long enough cable. Let's see. Oh, I don't have any cables. Damn. You haven't? Okay. Yeah, right now it shows my rates normal, but it's red and yellow, and then the frames are dropping like crazy. Well, that's how it works for me, I guess. Um. Anyway, so we got our masa right here. This is just instant masa that I got at the store. I got the Masa Rosa brand. There we go. That's better. What if I get closer? Oh, yeah. So what we're gonna be doing is we can start prepping this. Um, just get all the dry ingredients together. Sorry, excuse me. Get all the dry ingredients together, and then we'll start adding all the liquids. Let's see. Sorry, just checking. Okay. Let's see. What do I need? Just gotta just checking the recipe that I followed. Since you're using Simply Mama Cook style video, her her uh, her recipe. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna combine our instant corn flour with baking powder, salt, and just combine it all well. So what we're gonna need will be 4 cups or 475 grams of the corn masa. So I like working in the proper way. So I got our scale out. Let's put a big bowl on it. So it's in use. I know that it's in use, homie. You suck. There we go. We got 0, so we need 475 grams, right? That's what I said. Let's just double check. 475 grams. So let's take this out. And there's a couple other brands you can use. I mean, there are some that are like meant for tamales, but you can use whatever corn flour that you can get. Oh shit. There. I had it set to ounces, not grams, so I was a little thrown off there. All right, that's about 475 grams. So we're here. Chilies look like they're coming along. But next, we'll just add our salt, which we will be using just salt to taste. So I'll use about one teaspoon should be good. I'll do a little bit more. Next, we'll be adding 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. It's 2.5 teaspoons. Just got to make sure I knew his baking powder, just need to double check. So we got our baking powder, our flour, our salt. Okay. We'll just combine all that together. And then also, what we're going to be doing is we're incorporating all the dry ingredients. Then we'll be using, let's see, we'll be adding lard, oil, or shortening into this, along with our chili sauce, a third cup of that, and then our broth or water, hot water.
So what we're gonna do, let's see. We need 2 cups of warm beef broth or water mixed well. Then add an additional 1 to 1.5 cups of broth or water until masa. So right now, like I said, I can add, just kind of put some hot water into this, make it 2 cups, and then we'll do the same thing. But I still need to make the chili sauce puree, so I kind of want to wait to do that. So that's just going to be watered down essentially. All right. Just keep on incorporating our masa, all the dry ingredients, and we'll take a peek at the chilies here in a second. We can also use this hot water as well in our blender. This is all coming out pretty well. Our blender's back there, so I'm gonna move it over here. But then we're also, like I said, I have some just Crisco, which is all vegetable shortening. Let's see if it. All right, how about that camera? Yeah, can't even see, but anyway, we'll be using that as our. Sorry, I was just looking at like the corn flour. The monster was moving, but it wasn't. Check out how long we have. We have 27 minutes left on our Instant Pot, on our pork, I should say. We will be using this as well to steam, aka pressure cook the tamales once they're all nice and assembled. That's right. There. So, kind of digging the RTX or the broadcast, I should say. It made this look a little bit better. Obviously, it's gonna blur everything in the background and make the foreground look a lot better, cleaner. Keep on freaking picking that up. So put all these chilies away, back up so that I can reuse them. They have about for about 6 months. What's up? Need a bowl? Love you. Why are you so upset at me? Anyway, gonna put all these back into a Ziploc baggie so I can reuse them later. Probably make more tamales at another time. Like I said, I bought the pasilla and the California chili at Walmart yesterday. Um, but I'm not using the California ones. I'm just using the other two that I bought. So I have California ones right here unopened. Let's toss them all up there for right now. I'm sure I'll forget about them, but I got all the corn husks right here. I'll just add my dry masa to it. That's what they get used for together. I mean, I do make tortillas from time to time as well, but I usually just make just straight flour one, not the corn, unless I want some corn tortillas. Oh shoot! I also forgot to add a bay leaf to this. I added to my chili. I always forget something. We're not actually eating the bay leaves. We're just gonna be just there for a flavor addition. So we have our chicken over here. start shredding it as best we can, or I can just chop it all up and whatnot. But since it's pressure cooked, it should be pretty easy to just kind of pull apart. We don't want it chunky. We want it nice and stringy. Just, like chicken tacos essentially, or pulled chicken if you do pulled chicken, but no, people probably don't. And Peach wanted me to make dessert style, which an American dessert style, not the traditional Mexican desserts. So we're all done Christmas shopping as of yesterday. We're done with that, so now we gotta wait for Christmas to happen. Hope is that everyone else finished theirs. I mean, there's still something I need to get for my wife, but I'll get that probably tomorrow. I was planning on getting yesterday or today, but today has been a really rough start. So this is pretty shredded, pretty well. And then we're also going to add this to a pan with a little bit of the chili, and just to get the chili flavor really incorporated in our meat. I talk to people, that is their gift from me. Ha, that's a good one. You're like George Costanza from Seinfeld. The Festivus for the rest of us, and you're just going to do your just donate on their behalf to the Human Fund. So now we got all our chicken pretty much whole. You can also use a hand blender or your KitchenAid mixer too if you want to do that to just kind of pull everything, makes everything a lot easier. And I'm gonna have a lot of meat for the tamales. So we stir all the chilies again, try to get them all nice and full of flavor from each other and oiled correctly. So this over here. So as you can see, all nice and shredded. There we go. Or put it up here as well, nice and shredded. Then we're gonna put this into a pan here with a little bit of the chili. Probably could have actually made a little bit more chili too, but that's okay. So let's get a pan out. I mean, we don't have to actually cook all the chilies for 30 minutes. It's recommended. Um, and even this recipe and those in normal traditional methods of cooking tamales, it's like an all like an all day process because cooking the meat is what takes usually the longest, and steaming takes about 45 minutes. Within the Instant Pot, it's only going to take about 25 minutes once we have all the tamales fully assembled. That's the hardest part, is actually getting all the tamales ready, assembled, and stuffed, then thrown in here. So, some water. Let's get our blender out. I only use this a handful of times, and those handful of times usually were for the chili for making tamales and a couple other things, but mainly I used it for the tamales. I have the Instant Pot Ace Nova, so I can do all kinds of things with it.
And if you're like making hot stuff or you throw hot stuff in there, it actually um, keeps it warm for you, or it'll boil it or warm it up for you. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. So we're going to bring to a boil, remove from heat, and steep until soft and pliable. Once chilies are soft, remove from boiling liquid and place them into our blender along with 1 2/3 cup of beef broth or water. So we can also reuse that as well. So I would say these are nice and good. Let's just make sure that all of them. I know the pasilla chilies are pretty dang done, but I want to make sure. All right, find those bay leaves. Take those out. Towel. Find the other bay leaf. If I can. So let's bring this over here so you can see. We got our chilies nice and done. So literally just pick them up, toss them in there, along with your onion and garlic as well. I'm trying to find that bay leaf, one of the bay leaves I put in here. I took the other one out because we don't want that bay leaf incorporated. We all can repurpose this water as well. Make sure everything's in there. So there's the second bay leaf that I was trying to find. Don't need that. Out the fail right there. So I'm just actually going to sieve this out so I can not waste a lot of time with it. Keep this water in another bowl for right now. That way we can try to get all the seeds out too that we don't want. Just bring it back. Grab all the hot stuff. It's a little bit hot. Bless you. As you can see, even though I try to get a lot of the seeds out, there's still quite a bit in there. Gonna rinse this out because we're gonna need it again after we get the chili puree out of the blender. So now we got this. Put it back on our blender. Now we're gonna need, what was it, 1 2/4, 2/3 cup. Let's see. 1 2/3 cup of boiling liquid. Let's see. All right. Okay. So I'm just pouring out 1 cup of this. And then 2/3 cups. Should have enough. So now we use pretty much all our liquid that we had, but luckily we have some more coming out of the actual port. So Just make sure. Puree well. So now let's just puree this. Make sure that it's gotta be, we gotta make sure it's plugged in first though. Now we're gonna turn it on. And there's also a temperature setting on here as well. Start. Puree that up and try it. That'll be really cool. So that looks nice and done now. I'll show you that in a second. Walk out this bowl real quick. Just kind of reuse them all. Try to keep our cleaning to the minimum later on, since just trying to keep it all nice and neat today. Get lazy after this is all done and be like, I don't want to do that. I'll do it later. And then just not do it for like a day. And then it bothers me that I didn't do it. All right, let's check out our sauce. Clean this mess up right here. And let's check out. We got 11 minutes left until our meat filling is nice and done. So we got our chili. Should be all blended up. Hopefully we don't have to blend it some more, but ooh, that smells fantastic. Be able to see it all right there. Look at that. It's nice and thick. So let's reserve, what was it? I said a third of a cup, right, for our masa. Let's check it out. Yes. So we're going to reserve a third of a cup of this. If we look at it, you'll be able to see how thick it looks now. Just put this in that bowl. And what this will do is give the masa a little bit extra flavor that we want. Set this aside over here. Let's try this out. Not bad. And we're not going to use all this in the chicken. We're only going to be using a little bit of it since we still have all that in there. So now what we're going to do is incorporate our chicken with our sauce here. And then we're done with the chicken tamales, and then we've got to do the rinse and repeat for the rest of the pork ones. So I turned the oven on, the burner on, about medium heat. We're gonna add a couple tablespoons of oil. And we're just gonna incorporate it all. And once that's all done, the real fun begins. So let's check this out.
Fried chicken.
It's really good too. All right. Let's incorporate all our chicken in our sauce. May need to make a little bit more sauce, to be honest, just to be safe, but let's just check this out. Don't want the chicken to be kind of, you don't want it to be too dry, so let's just grab a little bit more of this. There we go. We can always season it some more too. This is where we want to finish the rest of the seasoning so it's not under seasoned at all. So once this is all done, got a nice filling. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah. So then that's what it's gonna look like. Boy, I don't want it to be dry. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need a little bit more sauce. Let's see. That's fine. Not that hard to make extra sauce. Plus, we got all the broth and everything that's in the Instant Pot right there right now. Try a little bit of this. Just needs a little bit of salt, and I think it'll be good. So let's try it. Add a little bit more salt to it right now. Bring it. Just try it one more time. Make sure it tastes good. Then I can start making the masa filling. A few minutes here. Try it one more time. That's a lot better. Feel like it's missing something. I just can't put my finger on it, but yeah. You can tell that it is chicken thighs though, which is fine. All right, we're gonna set this aside, put it into another bowl. All right. So then here we go. We have all our chicken nice and done. I believe it should be a little bit saucier than that. Gonna need to make more sauce for sure. Well, this could make a decent amount of tamales right here, just in this one. So I may just make a whole bunch of them and do what I did last year and just freeze them, and thaw them out, and then pressure cook them. Actually, I think I pressure cooked them straight from frozen. Let me just gonna make a couple more, add a little more chili to it. Let's make a bunch more sauce just so to be safe. Maybe I go back up there and grab all my chilies. Yeah, I got it.
I'll just add the sealed chilies for this. Don't need the other two, right? So do 3 of them should be good. Should suffice for that. Just that bad happens. Do a quick rinse. We use that method to get the seeds out as well. Going back in here. And we'll finish the other bit of this sauce after we get everything out of there. We'll use the onions and garlic from that. Essentially just make an entirely new batch of this sauce, so it'll be fine.
Oh shit. Got water everywhere. So tired, it feels like. I feel so drained.
3 days, may have a long weekend. Hope everyone has a short week themselves this week and next week. I do for work. To work Monday through Wednesday, full shifts, and then I work a half day on Thursday. So that's pretty nice. All right. Trying to get the blender top nice and clean. It was in the sink. We'll get this all out, put into a bowl. Yeah. Same here for you, buddy. All right, let's just get all this sauce out. Try to get as much of it out since we're going to reuse this anyway. So our pork just finished. We'll do the quick release here once I get this done. So then we can get everything all out and ready to go. And we can start making the masa since we'll have enough sauce and everything from that. Just kind of clean this all up. This towel is so dirty. All right. We're on high. We're going to do a quick release real quick from this. So you're going to see all the steam come from this little thing, as you saw right there. I'm going to kind of cover it up so it doesn't fly everywhere. Just grab, because I don't want to burn myself. So I need all over the new laptop. And as you see, it's getting all wet there. All the steam. 2 inches there. So there's 2 methods you do it. This is the quick release, or you do the slow release, the natural release, where you don't adjust the valve at all, and then it takes about 10 minutes for all the pressure to come out. While that's doing that, I can uh, take out the corn husk from its water bath because they should be nice and pliable by now. We use this bowl right here for the pork, so we can spread it. Hopefully the bones will usually fall out because they should by now. So I see this pressure takes forever to come out. Like a minute or 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe. Chili's all nice and done. There we go, it's starting to slow down now. I don't think I even had it open all the way. I can also press that red button right there. I don't know if you can see it and then made it go faster. I don't recommend that though. Doesn't tell you to do that, but I do that. All right. So what we're gonna do is add a third cup of, all right, so we need 1 cup of lard pork. So do this. So let's get a cup of it out. Pretty pretty sure I'm supposed to melt this too. So like I said, I'm just using Crisco shortening, so I don't have any lard or bacon, beef tallow. You can also use beef fat. That's pretty good right there. Got Yeah, I'm actually will probably just melt this, just kind of get it softer. Throw it in the microwave for a couple seconds. As you can see, it all came out in one fell swoop, except for just a little bit. All right. I could have put it back in. I could have just mixed it all in, kind of like in this consistency, but I want it just a little bit in a liquidy state. It'd be a little bit easier to just mix in with everything. 30 seconds. Let's check the chili that was rehydrating over here. Looking good. For the pressure cooker, instant to stop so we can take it out, set it on this little hole. There we go. We got our pork. It's nice and soft. Let's warm it up a little bit more. So I don't know if you have an Instapot, but the little side handles are dual purpose. They also are for holding your hand, or also holding your hand. Used to hold, when you're transporting it, or holding the lid. There we go. So it's nice and melted now. That'll be good. Set this aside here. Let's see if I put it over in this angle. Okay, so you can still kind of see it. Let's just turn it. There we go. We're gonna take all that pork out and put it into here.
Hopefully they fall out. Oh yeah, look at that. Bones fell right out. So this should be tender enough after sitting there for 45 minutes. Let's hope. I can hear pork still sizzling. That's a good sign. I believe that's all of it. So now we gotta fish out our onions and just pretty much strain this all out. So where's my this? We'll bring this over here. Fish out our onions and our garlic that we had in there. We'll just repurpose all that. No need to recut anything or use any more ingredients because it's all in here. The whole thing we don't want, well, I didn't use the bay leaves, so I think that'll be good. Let's check our chili out. I think our chili should be good because there's a little few in here and it's been boiling for a couple minutes. So just put it back, take it out, put it into our blender, and blend this all up. So that should be good. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of salt, flavor. I'll use the rest of this broth too. Blend the rest of that up right now. So that should be good because we're just going to be adding onto our current chili. So let's pour that in there. It's a little bit thinner sauce, but it's fine. Ooh, I like that flavor too. It's going to cut this a little bit differently, but it's going to have a little bit different flavor. It should be all fine. So we're going to pull these bones out of here in a minute. Just kind of stir all the sauce I just made together. Now we should have enough sauce for our. Rinse out the blender, get all the chilies out. It has its own clean method, so I can clean it that way by adding a little bit of water to it. Then putting it back in. Watch it clean this off. Try to make sure there's no water down here in the electrical areas. Let's just clean it up real quick. Just keep it that in a minute. We'll proceed. Plug it back in and hit the clean button. Where's my clean
Oh yeah, look at that. That bone just came right off. Look at that. So I couldn't. Hopefully, RTX broadcast heard it, but look at that pork just came right off of this. It's real good too. So we need a lot of meat. Lots of meat. So make sure we get all the bones before kind of just mix it all up. I plan on using the hand mixer, I think, for this one. So to show you that makes life a lot easier to maintain, manage, and makes things faster. I think that's all the meat. I mean, all the bones. Let's just make sure the big one right here, that I get off this big one. And I did. So, further ado, let's put our hand blender into it. Oh, before we do that, let's actually start making the masa. Then we can put. Actually, no, we'll do this real quick. Hand blender, then make our masa. I think it'll make it just that much faster. So, because we're at the cleaning the Instant Pot again. So I need to let that cool off. Make sure this is all in. No, that's not in. So the eject button. There we go. And let's mix this on the power cable. The power of a blender. Probably should use a bigger bowl too, but transfer to the bigger bowl because it's just flying everywhere. Everywhere. Probably just saw all those little bits just fly all out. So set. Just blend it up. Like one, as you see, I'm getting it all over myself and it's getting everywhere. There's only one little bit that does not want to incorporate well. Oh, I have a bone in here too. So, oops. Well, this one, this little fatty piece. That's fine. We'll chop that up here when we need to. Try and clean up this mess. Unplug this so I can just eject this into the sink. All right. Now let's make our masa. Deal with this soon. Actually, put it in to our pan here. Simmer with all the meat and the chili while we make our masa. So you'll be able to see how much meat we have in here.
Just a second. We have a lot of meat in this thing, so it's going to obviously make quite a bit of tamales. Tamales. But at this point, like I said, I'm going to pour all my chili into here, let it do its thing, kind of incorporate. Now we got to make our masa. We just mix all that in there though. Real quick, give me a second. 3 bowls here. Just kind of pre-soak in some water, some soap, so I can easily wash it in a few minutes. So much. I mean, it's seems like there's a lot, but there isn't. But it does feel like it's taken a while to make. I said it. I mean, in the end, and all the time, it takes about 50 minutes total, I guess you could say. I mean, we're going an hour and a half, 40 minutes now. We've been live. Um, but yeah. So let me just kind of get all our. Oh shit! Don't want it to spill. Get all the pork incorporated in our sauce. Kind of let it simmer there for the next couple minutes while we get our masa ready. You can even just eat it like a tortilla right now if you wanted to. That's how well it looks, how well it smells and tastes too, for sure. And I'm just getting the sauce everywhere. Clean it all up. Stick or anything. So there we go. Got it all good. Okay. So now our masa's been ready for a while. The actual dry ingredients. Unless you make one super giant tamale. Yeah, that thing would not fit in here. So let me just make sure I got everything. 1 second. So now I'm going to need second with where's my tamale? Okay. So I'm going to need 2 cups of warm beef broth or water. No wonder. That's why I had my cup out here. So just kind of I need to sieve that out actually. 1 second. It's cool enough for me to grab now. Let's hope I can pour this in here without making a big mess. Let's get everything out. That should be enough for what we need for our mixture now, for our masa. Let's get. Aha, words he does in here often, I think will not fit in here. Ha 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 ha, aren't you a fun guy? All right. So now we need 2 cups of this. All right, and we're always going to keep this aside because we're going to use more.
Now my turn this down. I don't want chili flying everywhere. Let's add our shortening and our puree that we used. Now let's just stir and stir and stir till we get a nice dough. And then we're also going to use our hands as well. But we're going to need a little bit more water, or yeah, we may need a little bit more water. We kind of want it. We want it wet, but we don't want it too dry or too wet. So you kind of see it's already starting to shag up. So add another half cup, another cup, I should say. This is hot, so I don't want to use my hand just to let it do its thing. All right, a little bit more water, or broth, I should say. It's good. If I want, I can use my hands to get down and dirty. So let me just get in here, scrape this off, and I will use my hand here in a second. Oh, yeah, that's nice and wet. So, ha ha ha! Another thing you can laugh about, Peach. So now let's just get our hand up in there and just kind of. Ooh, that's really hot. That's actually hot, 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 hot. That's a little bit too hot for my hands to handle. So, but we don't want our masa too, like I said, we don't want it too dry, too wet. But from that consistency, I felt they just needed to be like a little bit more. Because then it's gonna obviously steam in here. So now we got that all done. Just make sure it's kind of, I can just flatten it out. See how it tastes. Oh, that's real good. It's got some nice, good flavor to it. All right. Now let's get all the fun stuff. Just gonna put this aside for now. Actually, I gotta clean it off, clean it out. If it's gonna let it sit in some hot water at the bottom, then I'm gonna wash it out after. Try to get all the fond off, but it might not come off. All right. Just clean this out, rinse it out, we'll dry it off, toss it back in the Instant Pot, move the Instant Pot for a couple minutes, start assembling our tamales, and then we gotta wait for another 20 minutes after that. And then we have some tamales, the tamal, whatever you want to call them. I think tamal is plural, singular, or whatever it is. I also got to find my steamer basket thing. So let's set this here. Let's set it away. You don't need this anymore.
Set this over this side.
We got all our.
I don't need this anymore either. Set this over here.
Mexican pizza pockets. Yes, it's essentially these are. I guess consider that Mexican pizza pockets. So we'll turn this off because that looks nice and done. Pour out our water that's been soaking our actual husk that we're wrapping this in. Set them right here. So there's two sides to the husk. There's like a hard side, and there's a soft side. We're gonna put it in the soft side. I believe it is. Let me confirm though. I'm pretty sure that's what we're gonna do. It's the soft side. So let me just double check. It doesn't really say. So wash my hands again since we're using it. And I have a tool called the Tamales spreader. We're gonna try it out. I bought it last year. Didn't really work out that well when I used it, but we'll try it again and see how it goes this year. Um, don't know where they're at though. Are they in here, babe? So this is what it looks like. I didn't have good luck with it last year, but maybe this year. So essentially, you grab the masa and you just freaking pull it on the husk. So let's try that. Just gonna wash this first since it's new. But it may not work, but we'll try. We'll see. We will see how it goes. So technically, said to go grab it like this. Yes. And instead to go like that, and it doesn't apply. See, that's the same issue I was having last year. So we're just gonna kind of use the spoon here, kind of spread it out. I think it's too thick. I think you may need a little bit more water, or you can just use your hands. Use this. So we're gonna fold it essentially. So let's just kind of use our hands. I like that method too. So it's nice and flat. Grab about as much filling as you want. Grab a little more of this here and just kind of spread it out. And we'll just do one side here, then the other side here, and fold the bottom. And I just put too much on here so you can see. You get a nice little fold like that. Oh, I messed up. Supposed to go one fold and then do like this. And you can have some on top there. You can also like fold it over if you want, but you don't. That's not necessary. And then what you can do now is either just lay them face down. I'm having issues with this one right here, not wanting to stay. Lay it face down, and then just rinse and repeat. You also tie it with a dry husk too. So let's just start banging these out. But just using my hand. You know, you can make these any size you want. Um, just gonna start just making a whole bunch in one go, and we can fill afterwards. See, I'm not like getting that nice smoothness that you normally get. So these may not be the best looking, but I assure you they're gonna taste absolutely delicious. It just smells so good in this kitchen right now. And if you get one that's torn, don't worry about it. Just grab a different another husk. Just work your magic with that one. I mean, you can even use these wet ones, like if you have like small ones or um, ones that are ripped, you can just use that to tie your tamale as well. Uh, do. So just make a couple of these. We'll do a little bit of pork ones as well. I think I put this one on the wrong side. That's okay. See how many we got right now. And you could perfectly portion each one of these too if you want. So you have a nice, perfect amount of masa in each one. And as you can see in here, you get that nice chili flakes in there from the puree that we used to give that extra flavor in the masa. All right. We'll just finish. How many do we have left? One, two. So we have four left, so that's perfect. We'll just use these last four. Grab it. Let me first spoon. Like I said, I'm not perfect at all when I make food, but it'll still taste delicious regardless. Unless I fucked up big time, but I didn't. Everything was set perfectly. Did everything step by step. Obviously, I'm not doing this perfectly, but it's still going to taste amazing. So we got a bunch of extra masa. I'm eating that one. All right, so you can see we got all our masa filled. Just do a couple spoonfuls here. Try to get all nice and flavorful. And we're just gonna fold it. You see, this one's like an entirely different size. That's because of the amount of masa that I didn't use in it. Fold, fold bottom, fold it, flip. Just rinse and repeat. That's what we're doing. Trying to give each one like a decent amount of meat because we don't want ones that sucks getting ones that don't that have like no flavor, have no meat to it, and you're just sitting there just eating just straight masa. I mean, when your masa's got flavor in like this, that's fine, but sometimes there's some out there that have like no flavor. I may not be folding these perfect either. We're just trying to get you the gist of it. See, this one's got a lot of masa, so we can add like shit ton right here in the middle. There we go. It's gonna have a lot of it in here. Come on. Starting to the point where my cutting board here is getting full. It's not getting them in here nice and clean. I'm not using a spoon work anymore. Forget that. Just went for more masa, thinking I was assembling the masa part still, but I'm not. I'm using like all this meat. I think we're gonna have a like perfect amount of masa for all the chicken here. And what I'm gonna do is once I get all these done, I'll turn the Instant Pot on over behind us and make these in their own batch so you can see what it looks like once we're all done. And we have enough for probably one more after these two. Mm. So stuff this one, which probably there. So we got, let's see, let's count how many we have here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 13. I think that's about how much will fit actually in the Instant Pot. So let me find my steamer thing. And I found it. So essentially now what I'm going to be doing is we're going to put our steamer basket on the bottom here so that the mollies don't cut and just layer them in here, standing upright. You'll see here in a second. I get all the bigger ones on the outer part. Oh, this was an epic. Just do your best when you're stacking them in here. You'll see what I'm doing. Just a second. Gotta make sure they all fit. So there you go. As you can see, they're nice and stacked in the circle. Next, we're just going to add about a cup of water so it can steam in it. So pour this on the edge where none of them are touching. So we don't want any of these to touch. So I'm going to add a little bit more water.
right there. So now that's done. You can toss it back in. So over here, plug in on this side, close the vents. We're gonna press the pressure cooker for 25 minutes. Remove it off there, and we're doing it on high pressure too, so um, that's what you want. So let's get these all out of here. Start working on assembling our pork ones now. Which let's try to eat this. I'm a little hungry. Let's try this flavor. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Rinse that out. We'll reuse this bowl for our pork. Start making all our pork ones right now. Oh. Yeah, I said this was gonna be a short. Not, I didn't say it was gonna be a short stream. I said it was gonna be easy. And it actually is pretty easy from what you can tell. But can you imagine making these all day long? Making hundreds of these in one go? It's a lot of freaking work. Trying to get as much of this in here we can. It's all shredded. Like I said, there's some that are still whole pieces, but try not to get them. See how this tastes. How they're sitting in there. I think you need a little bit more salt, to be honest. It's good stuff, though. Hi, Alex. How you doing, buddy? Just throw salt and we'll mix that up. Be good. Are you having? Did you have fun at Grandma and Papa's last night with your little sleepover? Sure, you had a lot of blast. Was the pizza really good? Yep. Awesome. As you can see, got a little bit of something in here. Let's get rid of this one, this little piece. Exchange it for some other goodiness over here. Now we got all our pork all nice and ready, and we'll start filling this up. The pizza was yummy. Awesome. Sure, it was yummy. We'll be stopping over there shortly, so we can give some tamales to Papa. Apparently, I didn't give him any last year. We're running low on masa over here, so may have to make some more. So there's been a few methods I seen people like pressing their masa using a tamale. a Mexican, a tortilla press too. So that's pretty interesting. You know, all kinds of methods of making your tamales. Just doing this one at a time, just so I can kind of keep track of how much masa I have and if I need to make more, which I'm assuming I'm probably gonna have to, and I put this on the wrong side. Just kind of flatten it all out. Go. Need a little bit more here. So flat. So it doesn't. So we can just get it all folded over correctly. This one's gonna be juicy. Oh, so I can hear the other tamales going. They're nice. Pressure's building up in the Instapot right now. It's good. Yeah, Jamie, my wife wanted the chicken ones. She really liked the green chicken ones I made last year, so I'll have to make those another day so she can enjoy those. Let's fold the shoot. There we go. Let's fold this, fold it over, keep working. Yeah, I mean I couldn't I'd not fathom doing this as job all the time. It'd be fun every so often. Like I'm enjoying myself doing this right now, but can you imagine making tamales every day, all day, every day? I mean, it's hard work. It really is. Yeah, make a bigger tamale out of this one, so we can use a good portion of our sauce here. Flip it over, rinse and repeat. So we got 4 done. Let's see, we made 13, I think it was, of the other one. So and this recipe says you can make about 35 tamales out of it. So that means I'm at 26. I'll be a little short. Hold on. Just trying to use less, but kind of spread it out some more. See if that works any better. Flip it over. I may have to reattempt at making these another time as well. We'll do try it with beef and just kind of just do. I'll do it, prep it all on off stream, and then we can just do the actual making of assembling of the tamale together. Since you get the gist of how to actually make them yourself, which is pretty simple, It's really juicy. Hand pick some. That'll be a little bit longer. Just fold it, fold it, fold it. And you got to work fast with this, like with any dough, though. Um, you don't want it to be too wet, and you don't want it to be too dry. So the longer it's been sitting out, the air is getting to the masa, the dough, so it's drying it out. So we don't want that. Now, obviously, there's so many methods of spreading the masa out yourself. I mean, the masa for the tamale, but I'm not doing it right. You can do it your own way. I mean, everyone has their own methods. You just kind of want to keep them nice and tight, though, so they don't come apart. That's the key thing. And once we get these all done, we'll try out the corn one, and I think we'll be done for the day. Um, I mean, there's not much else to show. We did all the steps to it, and then I'm sure you don't need to stick around to watch and taking out of the other ones and trying them. I'll post what they how they came out on Instagram, so you can just take a peek at that. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, it's down there at the bottom at Mo's.does. Also, if you're in here watching, don't forget to hit that follow button down there so you'll get alerted when I'm live, or you're just on Twitch already, and I guess they'll alert you that I'm live. Thanks for following stuff. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're running low on some. Don't have a lot of dough left. This will probably be the last one for the pork. I have so much left. So I'll probably be making a lot more dough here, and yeah, we'll just make more dough right now, I guess. Just need some more water. We don't have any chili puree left. I mean, I guess I could kind of rinse it out from the pork since there's a lot of it in there. A lot of juice is left. And you can see right there how like wet it is. There we go. And then I'm actually seeing how wet it is from when I'm rolling them. Yeah, we don't have enough, so let's make some more dough real quick. We need some hot water and some lard and some salt. So we have a lot of freaking meat left. A lot. Oh, we also have some broth, right? That's perfect. All things to be missing will be chili, but we can get that from the pork over here. So let's get our masa back out. And at this point, I'm just gonna eyeball it because there's no need to get it perfect because we're not. I mean, we'll probably have enough for a whole bunch, but just kind of just eyeball it. See how that goes. Oh, it didn't even get the pressure yet. So now we still have another 25 minutes left. So, all right. So we got this here. Just pour this in here. Actually, I need baking soda. No, baking powder, not soda. And then a little bit of salt. Just kind of mix that all together. Then we'll add our, our chili sauce we got here. Bits of that. More here. Just kind of pour it from this. Try to get as much out as possible. We have a lot of it. Some of it will get used. We'll get a little bit of pork, I guess, in that, but we want to get that color from it. Kind of mix it in. We got our water here, I mean our broth. Now we just need a little bit of shortening as well. Just mix this all back in. Yeah, it's gonna need more water. Get that shortened though. Use some hot water to kind of melt this shortening. And at this point, like I said, I'm just eyeballing it right now. See if we can get, not, we need more water, for sure. Just mix it all in together. Maybe this will come out perfect. Maybe not. Just keeping my eye on water. And with anything, if it gets too wet, just add a little more flour to it. But it still has a lot of dry ingredients left, so a lot of the shortening too. Trying to get the shortening incorporated everywhere. Hope you guys are having fun watching me with this, having a good time, enjoying your Saturday, Sunday before Thanksgiving. Like I said, hopefully everyone got their Christmas presents all nice and done. Let's just see. I said Christmas. Did I say Thanksgiving? Sorry, Sunday before Christmas. Whatever. I guess I don't know how to talk. Got my wife over here yelling at me. Ah, you're so funny, Jamie. Can you cheer up over there, Buttercup? All right. So this looks all nice and pliable. We can work with this. Let's finish it. Get a little bit more meat. What'd you say, Peach? No, you say Thanksgiving. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. What year is it? It's the year of COVID, which means nothing matters anymore. I can say happy, Good Friday, happy Easter at this point. 'Cause the next thing we know, it'll be Easter. All right. So let's get this on the road. Finish this, whip me that out, set it away. Can you do me a favor, Jamie? Can you give me some water, please? All right. Oh, this moss is super wet. Hopefully that's fine. I think this is how I really needed it, though. As you can see, it's so pliable now. I'll scrape it. So you can use a spoon method if you want, but I find my hand is best. Found a bone in that one. Just make sure there's no more bones. Just get a little bit more on the edges here. Thank you. What do you want? What do you want? What's that? They're right there. You're not on camera. No one will be able to see if you walk by right there. It stops right here. What are you gonna have? What, pecan? No, it's all you. Give me a bite of the pecan sandy or the sandies my mom made. We can see you. That's what Peach just said. He can see you. No, you can't. Stephanie says hi, Jay. You can talk a little bit louder. No one can see you. I'm telling you. Look, this is where it. She doesn't want to be on camera. She's camera shy. Can you give me a bite of a sandy though? Really good. My mom made some sandies and some peanut butter thumbprint cookies, the ones like I made on stream last week. Um, and some chocolate chip cookies. But sandies are delicious. So we have so much masa to work with, I'm just gonna use a lot and not skimp on it, so we can get more filling used in all these. Let's just do all this. So we have a lot of meat left. We want to use it all.
By the way, Stephanie, Jamie ignored your hi, so you can just chat back to her within the chat. She said hi to you when you were trying to get the candy or the cookie, I should say. Whatever. Just make sure we get enough. Let's put a little bit more down here. There we go. Get a nice pocket. Turn it, then flip it. Look, my stream is interacting with each other. You guys can all say hi. Get me more unique chatters in a stream. Where's Courtney and my brother when we need them? We can have four people talking in one go. That would be fun. Uh, this one's gonna be fun. So yeah, this upcoming stream on Wednesday, we'll be making, like I said, we'll be making some. What am I making? Pumpkin bread, right? I'm making pumpkin bread, right? On Wednesday. But for Itzel, I'm making pumpkin bread. So yeah, this upcoming Wednesday. What's that? Yeah, so this upcoming Wednesday, making pumpkin bread for Itzel, Jamie's coworker. She's paying me to do so, and then making some uh, banana chocolate chip, right? Banana chocolate chip bread. Stephanie's just said something to you in chat. She said, "Hi, Auntie JJ. We love and miss you guys." Just tell her the funny that Alex said yesterday. 'Cause what did he say to you? What? What was it? Something about like, oh, mommy, daddy went to a party so they can get drunk or something like that. That's what your son said to us yesterday, Stephanie. It was pretty funny when we stopped by your parents' house. Kids say the darndest things. They say, "Oh, that's nice," right? Yeah, we went and hung out with Courtney and Joe last night. Played some card. We played some Phase 10, and guess who won? This guy. Your sister didn't win for the first time. I was I was stuck on phase 2 or 3 for the longest time, and Joe was as well. But then I got past that, and then I ended up winning. But Joe was stuck on phase 3 for like an hour, it seemed like, or however long. I don't know. We were playing for a while. Jamie doesn't like playing Cards Against Humanity. If you guys are home a little bit later, Stephanie, we're dropping some off with your parents. If you guys want some as well, we'll give you. We can come over and give you a few. Or I can just put it in like a freezer bag and then you can just toss because I think you have an Instant Pot too, don't you? And you just toss them in your Instant Pot whenever you're ready. They'll just be all pre-ready and you just got to toss them in frozen for about 20, 25 minutes, about 30 minutes since they're frozen and they'll be all done. You'll be home all night. Sounds good. Let's see. Do, do, do. Oh man, it's got a lot of moss. Oh, I had all that room right there. I didn't realize. So that's good. Do I have more husks? Or did I use them all? I did. Okay, cool. Yes, you have an Instapot, so I mean, if you don't want me to make them, I can just have them pre-made here, and then when you're ready to use them, just they'll be frozen or whatever, and then you can just toss them in your Instapot and just make them yourself within your steamer basket whenever you're ready. But I'll bring some that are pre-made and eat, so you can eat them. But if you want some extra, just for later. You never had homemade? Hopefully these aren't a disappointment then for you, because I mean they're gonna be good, but I don't feel like they're gonna be perfect. Perfect. It's okay. All right, come on. Trying to get that fold. You're welcome. Do do. See, like this one's got a torn husk there. So come on. That one's a little wet. A little wetter than it should be. Because I can't really. There we go. When I'm pressing down on it, it's just getting stuck to my hand, so don't want that. There we go. Need more meat or out of meat on with this little bit. All right. Meat in there. Okay, got that. My hand's all messy now. Look at that one-handed folding with tamales. So we got 10 minutes left, it shows, on the first batch, so that's good. But I'm out of husks. How did we have in here? Hopefully we have a good amount left, or a decent amount. I have a mess over here I need to clean up as always. Okay. So like see how that one's broken? That one. I mean, we can make it into two like small little tamales out of it. Let's just do that. Two little tiny tamales. We'll do that. We can do that. This one could be for Alex. He can have a little tiny one. Look at that little small tamale. Hopefully it's fine. But obviously this one's got a bigger husk leaf on it. We could do stuff with. Do like this one as well. It's just getting stuck on my hand too much. Work my magic. Hopefully not. I have to do this thing. There's no bones. So feel decent. This one I'm probably gonna tie. Yeah, this one's going to be tied for sure. I wonder if the thermal's on this. So I'm dropping a whole bunch of frames right now. I wonder why. Beach, does it look good? Jamie, does it look good? Or does it look like I'm stuttering? Does it look like I'm stuttering on there? Okay. Well, this one's not gonna, can't tie this one. Just be really careful with that one. These ones are all like getting wrecked. Don't want that.
go. That was a good spread. Goodness. Running out of room here. Just turn this side so we get some room. And we only have a few left and running low on masa now. It looks good. Yeah. Right now it shows my connectivity red and my frames are currently at 13,000 plus. But I'm still running over Wi-Fi, so like I said, I need to make a cable so I can this can be hardwired in when I'm streaming now. Probably do that this week. Oh, we have enough probably for like one more after this one. Maybe this will be the last one. Oh, this one doesn't want to stick, so let's go to soft side. See if that makes a difference. That's two of them actually. Just kind of just press it. Oh, this last one doesn't want to go. Just try to use all the last of the masa we have here, and I think we'll be done with it. Let's check. 5 minutes left on the first batch, so and we still have a decent amount of meat left, so I can probably make more later this week. Maybe I'll make more this week, just to kind of get it. Yeah, this one doesn't want to come off. We'll try a different leaf. Try this one. Doesn't want to stick. That there. Let's get our ball. Let's flatten it. Let's make sure it stays on our hands. I think this one's too wet. Too wet. Let's do this. Yeah, that didn't do it. That just made a bigger mess. We'll just fold that one up how it is. It'll be the ugly one of the bunch. It's already 5 o'clock. Dang, where did this day go? This day went by real fast. So let's just fold it. And we're all done with our tamale rolling for the day. And I can make more masa, but so we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We got 24. So 24 plus the 13. So we got 37 total tamales made in this stream today. We're going to take a peek at these here in a few minutes. Take it out, let it rest for a couple minutes. We'll try one, and I think that'll be it for tonight, for today. Since I have a few deliveries to make now and got a kitchen I need to clean up. It's a hot mess in here. See, you could have seen her if we had it facing that way. But we're facing right there. That's good. This. Need to put that into a container. Huge mess over here I need to clean. I can start doing that right now. Start cleaning it all up while we have time.
I mean, our blender's clean, so thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate it. I'm glad you could stop by and watch me. We'll see you here in a little while. I'm assuming you're leaving. We'll let you know. We'll drop off a couple of each one. There's chicken and there's pork. So the ones right now we were just doing were all pork. I could also make enchiladas, I guess, with the rest of this pork that we got. Would require making some homemade tortillas, so maybe do a enchilada stream tomorrow or something. Do my best at making some corn tortillas. Trying to get this one clean because it's really greasy. Oh, you know what? I can probably vacuum seal the rest of this meat, and we can reuse it another time. That would work too. And our tamales are done. So, oh, that's kind of a bad spot. Let's just turn it. Just unplug it for right now. Turn it around. We can release its steam. Once that's all done, we'll take it out. Put one on a plate real quick, and we'll try it out. See how it tastes. And we'll put these ones in there, and they'll be all set. But I'll probably do that off screen after we finish the first batch. Get that all done out of the way, so I can start cleaning up and do my deliveries. Once again, like I said this week, I don't know why the camera isn't. My camera looks like it's at an angle. So like right there, it looks perfect. I don't know. But yeah, Wednesday this will be the next cooking stream. I mean, I guess that's like what streams I haven't been doing. I haven't been gaming at all on stream. That is. Um, we'll be making pumpkin bread with pumpkin glaze, and then also chocolate chip banana, banana chocolate chip bread. Uh, yeah, gotta wait for these to be done. Get this all set up. Clean this up a little bit. Stuff over here is so messy. So many bowls. So many bowls. I mean, I could have probably made one more tamale out of like all this little scraps that are stuck into this bowl right here. But we need to get that pressure up so we can fry a tamale. They should be fully cooked. I mean, they are. Doesn't take long for these to cook, or steam, I should say, since they're being pressure cooked with the fun. All right. Sounds like it's almost done over there. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get the tamales out here in a second. I would do this the traditional method as well in the in a pot, but I don't have a big enough pot or a steaming rack on the bottom. Well, I could actually use this plastic. It's almost done. Oh, it just smells so good. It smells absolutely delicious. Clean up this mess over here. All right. Probably take this off. I'm gonna have to definitely wash this after this. I got juices everywhere. This is really messy, so
Smell it? All good. Yours. The ones you like. Where's my grab? Grab this out right here. These are nice and done. That's clean, not done. Just fry it off. Come on. It needs to be over. That needs to be finished so we can try tamale out. All right. Smell. It's done now. Oh no. There I go. Did I get a message? All right. Let's take one out and we'll try it. I mean, you're supposed to let them sit for a little while too before you take them out, dehusk them, but just wanted to show you what they look like while we're streaming right now. As you can see, this is why you want to wait. Even though they are done, they're still a little wet, but we can just take it right out. Grab a fork. Let them sit in there. Just kind of rest in there before I take it out. As you can see, they're nice and the dough's done. It's a little wet, like I said. They'll firm up once they cool down. But that flavor. Where, Jamie? Tell me how your tamale tastes. You want to come take a bite off stream? Yeah, once they cool down and solidify, they'll be absolutely delicious. Even more delicious than they already are. You can just see the steam coming off of it. There you go. Those are the tamales that you've been wanting. So there you have it. Tamales came out successfully. They taste delicious. Does my wife approve? What?
Spicy.
It's spicy. In her terms, it's spicy, but it really isn't that spicy. And now she needs sour cream. Both place. But that's all they are the same as before. They shouldn't be that spicy. Oh, I'm sorry. This is what happens when you're Hispanic and you're married to a white chick.
Date.
Date. You add sour cream to everything.
Oh.
You. Yes, and I didn't drop anything today, Peach. Good eye. Hmm?
Yeah. What?
Nothing. They're all red.
No, I just sweating.
Just trying to. Here you go. He hijacked my tamale. Need more?
Some money.
I was having you taste it. What's that? Well, there you have it. We are all done. My wife approves, even though they're a little spicy in her eyes. Had a fun time making it. Still had to put these in there, but you got the gist of how to make tamales and what and the whole process of it. Um, yeah, but we're all set. Hope everyone had a good time and chatting, and I appreciate the 2 follows from both my sister-in-laws, Paige and Stephanie. Tune in on Wednesday about, I would say, maybe 6:30 Central Time is when we'll begin making our 4 loaves, maybe 5 loaves, probably five, because get a bunch of loaves out of just one. You get 2 loaves, I think, out of like one group or whatever. Anyway, appreciate you guys being here and join another edition, another live stream from Mo's Does. Tune in next time. Hit the follow button. Follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. Um, I changed my Twitter to Gargeth TV now, so it'd be a little bit easier incorporate that, and then also my Instagram's Mo's.Does for my cooking streams, and I believe Gargeth Gaming or Gargeth, whatever. I'll probably do Gargeth TV for just the channel in general. But hope you guys had a great time today. We'll talk to you soon. You all have a good night.